Hello, Gemini. I'm Ulrich. I'm a Lenormand card reader. And today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the sign of Gemini for the month of September 2021. On the table here, you see 9 cards, meaning we'll do the 9-card portrait. You can also see 4 objects on the table, meaning we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Gemini for the month of September. Now, from these 4 objects, you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. If the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that follow here. The matches here represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So, Gemini, here we go for your card reading for September 2021. Hello, Gemini, and welcome to the water or the shell group for September 2021. Before we start, I mentioned it in every group, Mercury starts to go retrograde on 27th of September up to 18th of October. This is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything official where you need to put your name under. It's not a good idea to do so. You will also see that if you commute, the train is late, it don't show up, there are delays in traffic, you're in traffic jams, post packages that you need to receive at home don't arrive, they are delivered on the wrong address. It's also not a good idea to buy cell phones or computers or housekeeping like laundry machines, because these things are all connected to warranties. So it's best all, if you can do so, to extend this till after 18 October. However, if you are obligated to sign a contract or you feel compelled to do so, please double, triple check all the fine print, because afterwards maybe you would change your mind. There's something in the contract, a clause that you didn't see. The contract is something wrong with the contract, and you cannot get out of it anymore. So just be careful if you do so. This happens because the mind of all people at that time, collective mind, is working a little bit slower. So my advice to do would be not to sign any contracts during that period. So, Gemini, here we go for the water group. The first card, your personal card, is the moon. The moon is about creativity. The moon is about honors. The moon is about the way our mind works. So we just talked about the mind. This is also mostly this is about creativity. Sometimes the coffin next to it can also be about creativity. It could be that we are holding our creativity a little bit back here with this combination. In a way, also it could point to a form of sadness momentarily that you have. Maybe you do feel a little bit under the weather. If this is not the case, it's possible that something that shocks you a little bit overcomes you. This is possible also. But in all, this means also that some emotional circle that you have been confronted with. Maybe you have been confronted with a lot of emotions lately, and this period ends now because the moon is a circle. The circle goes round. It has a lot of influence on the ebbs, the tides. So here we see like this monthly circle of difficulties that you have is coming to an end now. Here also, like subconsciously, there's a lot going on here inside you. And it's possible also certain emotions that you had before that you let them go. It's like you say farewell to something that happened before in your life. Then the coffin and the dog on itself. If you would be in a difficult situation and you still are after this period. It's possible the dog represents friends, colleagues, brothers, sisters, peers, people that are close to us, that are not far from us. It's possible that you get help of a friend, he helps you, you talk to him about your situation, and this friend is listening very well to you. He operates a little bit like a therapist. You feel good because he listens to you. People who have a small circle of friends might consider to get by somebody, to go to somebody who helps them with if they have some issues in their life, for getting them on top. It's possible also that you do some group sessions, that you talk in a group of people, because the moon is the collective and the dog is a lot of people. So it's possible also you go in a therapy with a certain group of people who have encountered the same problems as you, who the problems could be various. So it depends on your personal situation here. In another way, if you have a pet and your pet is already old, it's possible that your pet is passing away. This is possible here also, or that your pet is not in good condition. In another perspective, it's possible that your brother is going through a hard time, your brother, your sister, or your colleague is going through a hard time, and he comes to you for what we just talked about. This is then the opposite combination. Here, so also it's possible, because maybe you have not an easy time for the moment, but this may all seem a little bit, or here you hear it like a little bit heavy, but we have the sun here at the end. This is only temporary, because if you have the sun in a lane, this is a very good card. The sun heals. So the end of the card laying here, it's very good. So I'm assuming this is only a temporary situation. I want to mention this before we go any further. Here also, it's possible also at a certain point, sometimes you need some distance from friends. If you have a difficult situation, sometimes we need to be alone. The coffin sometimes makes us alone. We stay in our home, we stay where we are. Maybe we need to think, maybe we need to solve our problems by thinking about it, by letting everything a little bit digest, because the coffin lets us digest, lets us think about things. And once these problems would be solved, they will learn you and they will advance you in life. There's something here ends and something new comes in the place here. That is often what we see here with the coffin. If there's a certain situation in your life going on that is difficult, and you want to end it, if you ask for permission, these people that might be involved will give you permission to end this situation, because the dog is asking for permission. So it's possible, if you do so, that this situation is coming to an end, if you need to ask permission from other people related to a certain situation. Then we have the crossroads, the letter and the book. The crossroads means changes. It's like the coffin. It's also, there's a lot of change going on here in these first lines, but the last line is very positive. Here in the first lines we see more changes. This is actually that in our lives we are put in front of a choice. We need to make a choice, and this choice will be connected to a document that you will be receiving. The document that you see here, it's not an ordinary letter. It's not like an email, but this is like a letter that has substance. It meaning this is like a deed. It's like a notarial contract. It's like a bond of money. It's like a degree. These documents represent value. So if you want, you can, this is a document that you can transfer in money. So in this case, you will receive a document, and this document will put you in front of important choices in your life. It's not yet clear where this is going, because we have the book here. So sometimes the book keeps secrets, but wherever it is going, the ending will be very positive. So if you are recently in the past confronted with somebody who passed away, which is possible also with the coffin, then this line could represent like somebody's testament or somebody's will who's read to you. This is possible also. With the book is a secret, so for now it's not clear what's happening, but we see as we go if we get more information about it. So then here we go on the crossroads and the letter in itself. Here, this makes us making choices based on this document. So we will make certain choice in our path of life that are based on this document or information that is yet unclear. And on these things that get clearer as the month or the times evolve, our decision will be based on information that we will receive probably shortly. In another way, it could actually mean a package, but I think this is more like a document here. It's possible also that it's more than one document that arrives in your home. All these documents will have a certain value. It's a crucial document. It's important. It's possible also that you will plan things out. You will follow a certain pattern and you will plan certain things here. Also, you will communicate about these things with other people, and then you will make your choice. Also, you will express yourself. There's a form of expression about it, and you will express also your freedom of choice in the matter. Then we have the letter and the book on itself. Here, as I said, you learn what has been hidden for you. Some secret will come to you. Here also, it's possible that parts of the message are clear to you, and you will communicate about the parts that you know. If you are a student in another way, or you're still studying, this could represent a document, a school document, literally a degree that comes to you. It could also be an exam certificate, something like that. In some ways, since the crossroads is here, in a more simpler way, it could mean that you go for your exam for the car. This is what we see here also. And you study for the exam. That is a simple explanation, but this is possible here also. But in another way, this points to a university degree, a diploma, anything that has value, as I mentioned earlier. Also, if you have applied for certain licenses, maybe you need some license for something else, this would mean that the document arrives at your place. This could literally means that you study in books here. Also, if you receive the documents and people ask you about it, you will tell the truth about these documents. Also here, this is that you're gaining information, you're studying. The letter that you arrive is to be trusted. Somebody trusts you with money or things that have value. It's possible here also with this combination that you didn't know before, but that now you realize that money is gonna come to you. It's always been hidden for you, and now this money suddenly comes to you. And this is possible that it gives you some kind of shock, that you are shocked about this situation, about this money comes to you. Also here, if you're studying, you're very eager to master the field that you're in. This is possible here also with this combination. Here, often with this combination, the answer is yes with this combination. So if you studying, this will lead to a positive result. Here, in another way, if you are planning to travel, in some cases, the first 2 years can point to a ticket for going somewhere. As I said, this is a document with value. If you are planning some kind of trips, because we have the sun here also, possible after these things, maybe you are a little bit stressed, and it's possible you take a vacation. This would mean then to the document But as we see here, as we said earlier, maybe it's not yet clear or you don't know yet where you're going. This is possible also, but you will cross borders because we have the tower here. So it's not a vacation in own country because we have the tower here. This is passing the tower because you see the city here also. It's possible also that the document, if there is a document that is coming to you, that the document is not only written, but also a part of the document is actually recorded. This is possible here also with this combination. Maybe somebody recorded a message and they send it to you, which is possible also now these days. In another way, you already here, it's possible also that you have a certain education level already, and you add to your education. This is already what you have, and this is what you want to add additional. And it's going to go positive in a positive. It's going to be a very positive result that is coming here for you. Also, if you have certain gifts or talents, as you study, more of them will be discovered because the sun puts us in the spotlight. So as you study, you will discover your talents. Even if you already have a certain degree, if you come in the next stage, it's possible that some talents that you have come aware of you, because sometimes the moon gives us awareness of things also. So you become aware of certain talents that you didn't have before. But by more educating yourself, you gain more knowledge, and it comes clear to you that certain talents that you have are coming on the surface here. This is what we see here also. If something has been hidden for you for a long time, you could also doubting if you need to bring that to in public. This is possible also. Maybe it's only partly that you will expose and part will keep to yourself. You are in control. Maybe some things you prefer to keep secrets. Again, here, if we learn more secrets will be revealed. I already told you. Then we have the third line here. We have the tower and the sit. The tower is government structures, every borders, immigration. These are things all that are connected to you. It's possible if you travel and you have the travel ticket that you don't have too much delays. Because here we have the sit, and it means that the immigration goes very fast to your destination, because now most countries where we travel to, it's a little bit difficult because of the viruses around us. But here we see that the travel goes very smooth. Maybe you are in order with certain things that you need to travel. You have certain documents that are required to travel, and this makes the travel for you very easy. Some countries we are obligated to vaccinate. Maybe you already did, and this makes your going there very easy. If you had recently some discussions, because sometimes this can represent the father figure also, or somebody in authority, a father figure or somebody in authority, it's possible that you had some discussions with an authority figure, maybe your father, maybe somebody else, and you had some arguments and you temporarily stopped communicating, but this will end positive because the sun forgives. Later on, you will make amends. So this is a temporary thing. It's possible that you had some arguments here and you temporarily stop talking to each other. But since you have the sun there, this is only temporary because the sun forgives. Also, you are very efficient in what you are doing here. This points to efficiency. You are very rational if you do something. Sometimes Gemini is a sign of the mind. They have very high rationality. They are rational signs. So this is possible here also with this combination. Also here, If somebody has a certain authority over you, it's possible that you don't want this authority no more, and you put on hold to it. You literally cut the authority. You said to yourself, this is enough. Has been long enough. It's gone far enough, and you stop that these persons still have authority over you. So it's like you end it, and this is a positive decision since you have the sun there. If you would have in the past some problem, like you cut yourself or some operation in the past, this is also a healing process that is going on. It's like you're healing here for something. Then we have the sit and the sun. This here points to that the sit points to beginnings. It begins suddenly something, or it ends suddenly something. So here this could mean that a joyful period here is coming to you, because suddenly it changes. The knife cuts suddenly. So it's possible that you choose to go on a trip. We saw the ticket there already, and that you have some fun there, and then you would literally cross the borders as we saw earlier. There will be happiness here. There is fun. Also here, if there was a discussion with a person before, things will clear up, because the sun clear things up. You will make your point very clear, and it will be very clear for all parties how the situation is gonna continue, because the tower is law and order. It brings order, so it will be clear for everybody what are the limitations, the borders, how far to go, where to go. Here, this is done if we had some kind of discussion. I forgot to mention this earlier. It's possible also that you feel better if you travel. It gives you a feeling of joy. In some cases, in other cases, it could mean that there is some interaction with a partner, even on the sexual front. This is possible. Then we have the moon, the crossroads, and the tower. This means that we have a change of feelings, literally a change of feelings, or we come in front with our feelings. We need to make a certain choice. I don't see directly any of this is related to a partner. I think this is more, it's a different kind of laying, because there's not really partners here involved, because all the cards are not pointing to partners. But anyway, we'll just discover as we go here. This points, as I said, that you will make a choice about your feelings. Your feelings will be put in front of a choice. This is possible also. On the work front, it's possible that you get a proposition. You get a proposition, and it's probably something you think about for a while, because the moon is our mind. So you're thinking already about this for a while. You probably will accept it if there is enough structure, according to you, because I think the structure is part of you accepting this proposal. It's possible also, if you need to make this decision, there's some pressure put under you. So maybe you need to take this decision fast, since we have the sit here also, and it would be a positive decision, but maybe there's some pressure involved here for you, letting you taking the decision, but there will come some emotions involved in it also. It will be an emotional choice, not only a mental choice. What we see more here, it's possible also that you choose with your emotions, not with rationality, because normally Gemini is a rational sign, but here it's possible that you make not only based on rationality, but also the choice would be based on emotions. Then we have the crossroads and the tower in itself. As I said earlier, there's a certain structure here that will need to be followed. These people would would then put some pressure on you. The choices then after it's made, you will find, you will follow some rational patterns. There will be here official pathways, because this is the road and this is official. So official pathways here that need to be followed. Maybe here this could be something that is related to the court. In some cases, this is related to the court, a certain court decision that we need to follow. Also, this decision will be difficult for you. It could make you a little bit feeling alone, because this decision is made, or you make this decision here. Also, you will feel freedom, but in the same time, there's also like a form of being alone here, because sometimes the tower is alone. So there's a form also here of being alone here, connected. There is freedom and there's being alone here, but all the choices that you will make will be clear. In a way, what is possible here also, that you have several choices here to make about professions, that to some of them you will say no. Maybe you have several options for work and you will exclude some of them. You have the possibility here to say no, because the tower sometimes means saying no. This is what we see here also. There will be some alternative, but maybe you don't want the alternatives. Maybe you want to follow your mind or the traditional way. You will also probably, even there is pressure, you will probably not immediately want to decide. Even they urge you to decide, it's possible that you need to set your mind straight and that you don't want immediately to decide. In another way, it's possible that there's another possibility here, is that if in your work, if you have, maybe you grow in your work, you have possibilities of getting higher up, because the tower is that we get higher in the society. And it's possible that you need to make the decision how much responsibility you want to take here. You will think about if you want all these responsibilities that are offered to you. This is possible also. So this is what we need to decide here. We need to choose about how much authority we will accept. Then we have the coffin, the letter, and the sit. Here, as we said, it's possible here that you receive a message that is quite heavy, and this message will bring a change. Something comes to an end, and the message here, it brings some change. This brings sudden changes to you. So something naturally ends, you receive the message from that, and something new is about to begin. Normally with the coffin, there's an ending, and automatically if there's an end, there's a new beginning. But here, specifically, the new beginning is connected to it, and the beginning will come very fast after the ending. So it's like the two are connected. Normally there's a period of like a transformation, but here it's like chuck, and like it's very connected here, the two to each other. In a way, if you had some friend who had some difficulties, it's possible that a friend or somebody close to you here, they send you a letter to say goodbye to you. This is possible also with this combination. It's like a sympathetic letter they send to you, that they're going in a place. This is possible also. We said earlier that maybe you have a period of grief about something, emotions. It's possible also that you express your grief to others. This is possible also that you write it down. Then we have the letter and the sit here on itself. This means, as I said here, the letter here, it tells you that something has ended and something new is about to begin. So the message will be important. It will have severe consequences, immediate consequences. In a way, also, if you post a lot on the internet, I want to mention this here also, if you post a lot of things on the internet, just be careful if you make things public and you post some certain documents on the internet, that these documents or photos don't bring you in a certain difficult position. This is what this combination says also, that you are not obligated to stop communicating for certain photos that you posted. We need to be careful here with this combination. Also, if something ends here, it's like in your mind, you sum things up and you put them in, you make certain compartments in your mind and you sum the things up for yourself, how things are really now for you. It's like you make categories here. This is what we see here also. And also there will be an end result and a beginning here. In another way, if you're planning on another job, this could mean that these two here could mean that if there was trouble and your work is causing you grief or unhappiness, it's possible that this is a resignation letter, that you finish with your job. This is possible also with this combination. Then we have the dog, the letter, and the sun. These are friends who are close to us. We get to know more by our friends. Our friends share knowledge with us. If you would have children, this could also represent somebody younger. The dog, somebody is somebody younger. Sometimes also it represents a younger colleague, but I am assuming here this is more like a younger person that is closer to us. It's possible here that this points to the education of your child. And if your child is in a form of education, the education that he's doing for now would end well. That is what we see here also. If you have a colleague that is still studying, or a brother or a sister, the result will be positive for them. This is what we see here also. In a way, in another way, this could mean that we have a friend that nobody is aware of. We keep this friend to ourselves. We don't share this friend with other people, and nobody knows that we are engaged. Since the moon is here, it's possible that this friend is, there's also some romantic side in here. Then it's possible that this would be a romantic friend. This is possible, but this is then another interpretation. You would be loyal to this friend, and they will be loyal to you. If some need to be worked out here with a person in charge about money, sometimes this represents a curator also, somebody who arranges affairs about money. Here you follow, this is then somebody who follows the teacher, who learns. Your child has educated, or you educate yourself. If you are still studying yourself, this is you studying, and the result is positive. If you are inquiring about some situation that is not clear to you for the moment, you will find out the truth. If you need to investigate something, things that are not hidden for you, that you want to discover, maybe something is hidden for you and it annoys you and you want to know how it exactly is connected, then this is that you're searching for the truth, and you will find what you are following. If you what you are founding, and here also, if you follow an education, this will mean that your education is ending positively. Also, if you're studying, some people around you support you. This is that you receive support in your study. This is what we see here also. In some cases also, this could mean that we get additional tutoring, that we have some tutoring. Maybe some fields where we study, we have difficulties. We have a tutor. This could point to a tutor also, or private teaching. Then we have the book and the sun here. Here, this points to success at school, academic success, the things that you know bring you success. In some cases, if we are already have a degree, this points to a high education level. It means that our education level goes higher. It's possible also that your professor or your teacher is a very charismatic figure. He's in it with all his heart, this guy. This could what we see here also. If we need to prove something, if our study is involved or education is involved in something that we study, here it means that we show the truth, we show the facts. Maybe in our education we need to, maybe there's a thesis involved, and in this thesis you need to show the truth, or if you need to make some final works, this needs to prove your knowledge. This is proof of knowledge here, what we see here. Then we have the cross, the moon, the letter, and the sun. Here, this is, I already slightly mentioned there, the secret friend. This comes back here. This would be that we receive a romantic letter for somebody. And this letter will make you very happy because it's the sun. The sun makes us joyful, makes us happy. So it's possible here that you receive a romantic letter. It's possible even if you are a woman, there's some poetry here, and this poetry make you very happy. It's like the letter here is destined to be. This is destined to be this letter. If this person is not communicating with you, it's like you intuitively feel what is going on with this person. You are like, it's like you have a very friendly friend connection, like a higher connection, maybe a psychic connection. You are connected. Even if not everything is mentioned in the letter, the other person can read between the lines. This is what we see here also. So there's the full, even if you don't write everything down, the other one can interpret exactly what you're meaning, even if you don't write it down. This is what we see here also. If you have actual communication with somebody, this is points to deep communication, because the moon is the depth of our mind, and it means if you communicate with a certain person, there will be depth in the communication. In another way, this points also to what we are doing here, to the Lenormand cards. This is what it points to also. The communication is a lot of emotions. You are able to read unconscious signal. As I said, you can read between the lines. We see this here again. It's possible that this communication is happening through due the nights, but then you think about it and then it becomes clear to you in the daytime. This is what we can see here also. And these conversations happen on recurring basis. So it's, if you are talking to a person or this person send you a message, it's like a cycle. There are several messages coming to you at a certain time every month. So it's like a monthly cycle here that we see here. This person is like very, it's like there's like a certain pattern here that we see. The messages keep coming back and they make you happy here. The communication is clear. It's clear to both parties what is expressed there. Then we have the dog, the letter, and the tower. This could literally mean we receive messages from a friend, somebody close to us, maybe a colleague, maybe a brother, maybe somebody who is close to us. If we would be in a more higher place in our work, it could mean that we receive some message from the junior in the work, the person who's younger than us. We give him structure. This is possible also here. Or we communicate with this person more in an official way. There's some official documents. Maybe you teach that person something. the younger one, maybe it's a person who will follow in your footsteps later on. This is possible also. It's like here, sometimes also, this is a junior and you need to tell this person what to do. He need to obey you. He need to follow you. This is what we see here also. You tell the person what to do. Here, this is like sometimes order giving, because the tower gives orders. We need to follow protocol. That's then a higher. You need to follow certain protocols that you tell him. If you're younger, you are the one following the protocols. Then we have the letter and the tower on itself. This is official news, as I said. And here we see again, we saw that earlier, official court news, official letters here, official documents, deeds that have value, that have money value. This come back here because they are officialized by the tower. The tower officializes things. These are like legal documents. If you're in a higher level, this could point to philosophical conversations, academic conversations, scientific conversation. As I said earlier here, maybe you need to prove something. This comes back here. Maybe the study that you're doing, it makes you a little bit lonely also. Sometimes we need to spend a lot of time in it. Here also, again, we saw earlier that you make your boundaries clear. We see that here again. The tower makes the boundaries clear. Also, if this person that you educate, if he comes too close, you will tell him what the boundaries are. This is what we see here also. So, Gemini, for the water group, this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all and it don't apply on you at all, there are 3 card readings following here. Just check the other 3. Thank you for doing so and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you for watching. Hello, Gemini, and welcome to the Aerosol or the Air group for your card reading for September 2021. Before we start, I mentioned in all groups starting 27 of September up to 18 October, Mercury is starting retrograde, meaning it's not a good idea to sign contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that officializes. It's not a good thing to do. So you will also see if you take the bus, the train, they are delayed, they don't show up. If you need to receive packages, the packages are wrong delivered, for instance. If you buy new equipment, for instance, if you buy new cell phones, it's not advisable also to do so, or a new computer, or for instance, house keep equipment also. It's not a good thing, like a microwave or a laundry machine. It's best not to do so because these things are connected to warranties and maybe some problems with the warranty. In general, it means it's not a good idea to sign anything or to buy something during that period. Because during that period, our collective mind, the mind of all the people, is tending to work a little bit slower, and that's why we have these mistakes all happening. Anyway, if for some reason you would be obligated to sign a contract, or you feel compelled to sign a contract for another reason, double, triple check all the fine print, because it's possible after you want to get rid out of the contract and you cannot anymore because there are certain clauses in the contract. You don't like the clauses that are in the contract. You want to get rid because of the clauses and you cannot anymore. So it's best during that period not to sign any contracts. Anyway, there we go now for your card reading for the air group for this month. Here, the first card is we have the woman here. This is a neutral card, so if you are a man, you can put yourself there also. If otherwise, I will specifically mention it. But this is actually a neutral card, but we have the woman here. This could represent a person that is quite decisive. If this person need to make decisions, they can. They could sometimes be, if this is you as a person, you can make hard decisions. It's not difficult for you to make hard decisions. You can be quick acting, quick on your feet. As we know, Gemini is quite a sign that can move quick, so this could apply on that one. Gemini is very movable. In another way, it could mean a person that is involved in military. And then we see the stars here. I would, if we go step one further, if you are connected to military, it's like it would be in the air. Military that is connected to the air. This is what we see here also. In another way, if you have reached a certain level in your life already, this is a person that is already higher placed, because this is a person higher placed that need to make decisions, because we have the stars there. Also, this is an efficient person. It's possible in a previous period of her life that this woman had a divorce already. So she's already divorced, because we have the sit here. This is possible also, what we see here. And if this is in a debate, if this woman has a job for debating, arguing, this person is very good for leading debates. This is a person that can very easily lead debates. Then we have the sit and the stars on itself. Here it's possible that you followed a certain pattern in your life, and that suddenly you don't know anymore exactly where you are. It's like certain projects or certain works that you are involved in suddenly don't have the attraction that they had to you before. So certain efforts that you did before that came easy to you, it's like you don't want to do these efforts anymore. This is possible here also that we see here. It's possible that in your work, you cut some things back, you do some cut back in your job. This is possible also if you're already higher placed. Maybe you already made a lot of progress in your life. The sit is sudden. Suddenly we make the decision. Also, if you had some wishes or dreams, maybe some of these dreams you have no hope anymore for achieving them. It's like you lose hope, which we should never do here. Why? Because we have the book here, and this is the book of secrets. So it's not a good idea to give up your dreams, especially if we have the book here, because there's possibility here for change, because we have the rider here. So if you have given up some hope or dreams, don't, because you have the book here, and the book is still closed. So some possibilities here for you are hanging. If you, however, not given up dreams and you want to go in a different path in your career, this is that you initiate to take these dreams on. Maybe you do additional education, you study up for yourself, and you make progress and you go in a different career path. This is the other possibility. Since we have no personal contact here with the people, we interpret several interpretations here, so several things are possible here. It's possible somebody close to us who was very meaningful, that this person disappears out of our life with the sit here. For some reason, this person disappears out of our life. Maybe if you go another career path, this is the reason why this person disappears out of your life. But this person had a very important influence on you. He had meaning for you and probably still has. This is somebody maybe who helped you for wish fulfillment. He helped you in your career maybe. Then we see the second line here. We have the mice, the ship, and the book. The mice tend to slow down things a little bit. So this means if you're planning some kind of journey, or you want to go in a financial adventure, because the ship, it represents business, it represents our hopes a little bit like the stars, but the stars is wish fulfillment. The stars are hope, longings that we have. Maybe we're longing for more knowledge or different knowledge. And it's possible that you want to get more knowledge, but this all is a little bit delayed. Because the mice tend to delay things. If we want to start a project, if you want to start a project, it's possible that you have less money than you thought you would have for starting this project. This is possible also. Or you have, if you have a business, it's possible for now there is less business than you thought you would have. But since the book is here, it's not clear where this is going. And you have the stars here. So the stars tell you to hold on because things are on the move here. So this is what a second time I see this in the lane. So we need to keep our hopes up here. So things are still progressing. Here the ship moves. The ship moves, and the ship moves what we cannot yet see. In general, the ship can move money, it can move goods, it can move literally our future. So even though there are some delays, there are a lot of possibilities here, especially with the stars. And also we have the fox here. The fox represent our job. I go later into that, but the fox, I mentioned this here also. These two can be connected to that we aspire, maybe a job that has to do with abroad, a job that has to do with money, these two here. And this is also accountancy. So we count the money here. This is possible here also. Anyway, we continue with these two cards here. Maybe less money, as I said. If you want to go on a trip or on a journey, or these are connected to a new job, it's possible there are some delays here in the job. There are some delays because the mice tend to delays. They're not dramatic, but they are annoying. You know, mice are annoying, so they are like annoying delays here. Then here, here also, maybe you are. Maybe before you felt comfortable in your life, but it's like for now you are more restless. It's like you have itching feet here. This is possible here also with this combination that your feet itch for going somewhere. It's possible that your feet itch for knowledge also. This is possible also what we see here. We want to learn more. Maybe also you want more adventure in your life. Here you want to start new project. You have maybe the job that you had before is traditional. You don't see the purpose of it anymore. You want something else, and you want a new adventure, but it's going all a little bit slow according to what you're thinking. But things are on the move here. Things are on the move. The only delay card that you have here is the mice, and the mice are small delays. They are not big delays. So if you want to change, you can. There are only small delays. If you go in abroad, here sometimes if you would be traveling to abroad, also we need to be careful here for foreign things, that foreign diseases, maybe like dengue or something. This is the first thing that pops here in my mind. I'm just giving an example, but this makes us paying attention to that we can attract something. It's not a drama here because you have the stars here, but it's possible in there that you attract something in abroad. It's not the reason for staying home, but I'm just mentioning here, it's here. There will be an analysis and there will be healing because the stars heal us. So it's not a drama, but I just mentioned it here. It's not for making you worried and for letting you not to travel. I'm just mentioning that it's here. Also, if you, before you go in this adventure, you need to pay attention to all the details before you go in this adventure. The mice are details. Check out the details. Also, this is important. Also, if we embark on an adventure here, especially if there are numbers here to be calculated, because the book contains numbers and the book is details. So if you go on a financial adventure, just see the details. The details are important here. Do your research because the book searches. is research. Do your research. Don't embark like unprepared. Don't do that. Don't be reckless. Here you're mentioned, the card advises you to pay attention to the details and calculate very well. Also, if you're at the end, if you are almost finished with school, this means that we leave school. We leave school. Also, if you are older, this means, and if you have an additional occasion, additional education, this means that you end the additional education. Then we have the fox, the clovers, the fox, and the rider. The clovers and the fox. The clovers is a very lucky card. It protects us. This means for now there is some protection over your work. If you have a job, your job is protected. And if you move somewhere, if you put something in action, there's like a protection over the tree. So it's here, it's like your job is protected. You have a protection here on your job. Also, this points that if you are looking for something else, this is the actual job offer. So if you don't see any horizons anymore in your horizons in your job anymore, and you don't see the purpose anymore, this is the opportunity that is here. You get news of this opportunity, so it's here. I told you the delays are only temporary. As we proceed in the reading, we can see the things here. This is job news. This message looks good, and it's a positive message. It makes things moving, because the rider is an assertive card. It makes us move. It makes the job moves here. Here also, this points, the fox is a suspicious card. So if you go embark on new adventures, I already mentioned there that you need to check the numbers, but here the fox is suspicious. And this is a good card to have, because you will be suspicious if you do investments. You will tread lightly. The fox operates between dusk and dawn. So it makes us investigate things thorough. Here, the book also, it makes us investigate the numbers. So this is a good combination. And then you can make your decision based on your research. This is what we see here also. Also, you need to think in this new job. Don't involve, you need to think about yourself first. Don't involve others in this project. Focus on yourself here. This is what is said here also. Just see that you are the one with the benefits. In another thing, if you are in a form of relationship, or you are married, the fox always tells us to be cautious. The fox tells us to look around us. Maybe if you would be in a relationship, it means that the partner is half-hearted in the relationship. His heart is not in the thing anymore. So this is what it means also. So here you are, this is what the card tells you. So this is like something you get also out of the cards. Then we have the woman, the mice, and the clovers. Here, the woman here, as I told you, there's some slight delays here. We see that here again. It's possible also, because maybe you are in a certain pattern, you feel a little bit less energetic. Although normally you are a very energetic person, but it's like, but you can overcome it since you're above it. You're above the mouse, but it's possible that compared to your normal energy, it's a little bit less, but it will not take long, because you have the clovers here. This is only temporary. It's possible also that you have some stress. Here you see the cutting, and if we see this physically, it could mean that you lose weight. We see this here again. So it's possible that you decide to lose weight. This is possible here also. This is cut, the woman is cut, and here you see that there are the mice bite on your weight. And this weight loss will have a positive effect on you, because the clovers bring us luck. So it will be it will be good for you that you lose this weight. Maybe you will feel more healthy. People will say, oh, you look better now, or things like that happen if you, and maybe you don't need to do a lot for it. For the weight loss, it goes easy. Maybe you move more. Maybe you move more. This is possible also because the ship makes us move a little bit also. It's possible also the mice sometimes are stressing, because if we have mice in our house, we hear them like tickling around, it brings us stress. So here also we see some stress, and it's possible also that you lose some weight due to some stress. This is what we see here also. In another way, it's possible that some people around you are taking energy of you. If maybe in your job, maybe in your close environment, it's like you always need to, maybe you need to repeat things you already repeated 500 times, and like you're tired of repeating it, and it's like you need to put a lot of energy in this same conversation again. So maybe that, and it gives you then a form of stress. It's just an example that I give here, but it's like somebody maybe in your environment drains you of stress, but this will only be for a short time because you have the clovers here, so it will work out well. Then we have the mice and the clovers in itself. You're stressed. We already saw that. We see that here again. Also here we saw that sometimes maybe you think it's not going to work out, but we already discussed that. This is coming back here also. It's possible that you see some things around you, maybe on your work, that you don't like. This points to sometimes that we see corruption around us, but actually we don't want to get involved with it. This is what we see here also. It's like we don't want to get involved with it. Maybe there's a reason why you don't want to get involved. Sometimes it's better not to get involved in things like that. Then we have the sit, the ship, and the fox. The sit and the ship means suddenly the business starts, suddenly the travel is there, suddenly things move, suddenly we have a new job, suddenly we are in abroad, suddenly we do business. These are all possibilities that we say here. It's possible because things happen here quite suddenly, that there is some people you need to say goodbye to, and it causes you pain. Because you suddenly, you make this decision, some people go out of your life suddenly. Of course, you can communicate them. We have a lot of forms of communication, but maybe for some reason, these people were close to you and we say goodbye to them. Here, this is possible also with this combination. Also, this means if you change something, you will see that your office is clean when you go. You will tie things up. You will end it and you will end it. Your office will be clean while you're leaving, or your workplace will be clean when you go. There will be no leftovers of you there in the place. This is what we see here also. You tie up all the loose ends here. The journey can come unexpectedly here. Some things, old things out of your life are going away. Maybe there was still progress in what you're doing, but you didn't saw anymore why you were doing it. If you travel to a foreign country, also take precautions, adjust to the rules and the regulations of the country. Be safe here, take care of yourself here. With the fox tells us to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves. So be careful if you travel, you're not familiar in that area. Read about the country, because we have the book here. Investigate where you're going, so you know the habits, the culture, so you know a little bit if you go on a trip, so you don't come into any surprises or in any condition that you not aware of. So here, investigate yourself here, protect yourself and get knowledge before you take the trip. This is what it says here. The fox like to have knowledge before he leaves. So this reminds you, see that you have the knowledge. Even also about the trip that you are taking. This is then specifically about the trip. This is a journey you undertake for yourself. We saw that here already for business, for a job, work travel. We see this here. Also, as I mentioned earlier, this points again that you need to assess the risks. You need to calculate, again, the same combination here. You will be adventurous, but at the same time, you will be very cautious. And this is a good combination. This is a good combination to have. It's good if you do business that way, especially if the business is related to abroad. We need to be cautious because sometimes the culture is different. And in some countries, yes is maybe and maybe is yes. So be careful there if you go to maybe countries that are actually yes and yes is maybe, because it happens sometimes. So it's best there that you read about the culture here. You will be adventurous, cautious. We saw that here. You will, if you change environment, you will adjust here. This gives to adjustment. And of course, if you have knowledge, you're more easy to adjust because you know what you're doing. Then here we have the stars, the book and the rider. The stars and the book is that if we learn more, it will bring us in a higher position because the stars are bring us in a higher level. It's also wish fulfillment. So it means if you follow any form of education, it will make you go faster. So any form of education that you have or had or additional knowledge that you have, it will make you progress your life. This is what it says here, this lane. You also, it's possible that you are a student of life. You even that you are older already, you still read, you still have, you still want more knowledge for progressing yourself. If you do additional studies, if you are planning to do additional studies, if you come there in this country, this means high level education. If you are in a certain level of your life already, this will bring you one step higher. This is a very high education. This one, whatever field you are in, this education will have a positive effect on you. Here also this points to talents. We can exploit our talents here. Maybe there are certain talents in your life you did not yet discover. We have the book here, but if you, we saw this earlier that you have discovered that you still have to discover certain talents, but here it comes back. You will get more knowledge. It's possible also before you take this trip. We see this sometimes that you go to a professional astrologer for making an evaluation of your life, where this is going. There's a lot of professional, well-educated astrologers. There are some, like especially if they have, if they are connected to some, most of them that are high levels are their knowledge is based on Jung psychology. So if you will go with these kind of people, mostly they are already they are psychologists already, and they do astrology also. So probably you will. It's possible here with this combination that you go in the help for somebody like this for seeing where this is going with you. This is a possibility here also. It's like an additional security you want to build in for yourself. This is possible with this combination also. Maybe you have some form of belief, or you have somebody close to you, or you as you read, you get some knowledge about it and you want to more know about it, and you want to let it influence the decisions that you want to make. We never know too much, of course. Here, then we have the book and the rider. This points to documents that we have. It's possible here also that you have certain documents, certain degrees that you don't want to expose to people, that you don't want to tell that you have that form of education. You just keep it for yourself. If you're well educated and people ask you, just go around the question, but you have that education here. If people have actually asked you, you will reveal it, but you will not show off with it here. This is possible also. It's possible also that you visit somebody educated. We already saw that, I just mentioned it. Somebody with a lot of knowledge, because we have the stars here, an astrologer, you visit somebody there, or the person comes to your house, but mostly we go to those people at home. There's a lot of academic here going on. Also, it's possible if you go to a person like an astrologer, that things you didn't know before, there will come a lot of facts to you, and like you have aha moments here. You think, oh, that's how it is. You see, this is what we see here also. It could change your truths. There are many truths, and it could change your truths. Then we have the woman, the ship, and the rider. The woman and the ship, this is of the person here, the person card, this is a person who travels. This is a person who probably has traveled before a lot. This is a person who wants to travel more. Maybe sometimes this person is a little bit restless. They want to travel more. This is a person who wants to make changes. We already saw the changes are coming back here again. We are adventurous. Learning more, exploring more. And this is a person that is ready to leave. This person is ready to leave. The books are here. He's ready to leave with the knowledge that he has. This person don't want to stay anymore, especially here we have the moving. Also, we have the rider here, and the rider don't want to sit still. So this is a person that wants to move. This person wants to go. This one is ready for departure, this one. Then we have the ship and the rider here itself. This is a message that we receive from afar. Again, there we are in abroad again. This message comes from afar. It's possible the first time you travel there that there are still unsolved things, and you need to come back home. You need to come back home one more time, because this is a round trip. So it's possible that you once come home, but it's possible you work in abroad, but it's possible that you come one more time home shortly after you go or you arrive there. Here we see again, we saw this earlier, this points that we get in a higher level of people. So we will come there, and positions will be offered to us, or this job that is offered to us is in the higher level, because we have the stars here. For some people, some of the people who are watching here, this could mean the step to the jet set community. If you're more in a traditional job, this will be a step up, a large step up in your work. So you will step up financially, and also probably you will get more gratification in your work. You will be appreciated in your work. This is a step up in your work here. Here we see that we come in contact with foreigners. This is the contact with foreigners, because the ship represents foreigners. So we come in contact here with foreigners. You will be in a rush. You want things on the move. Some things you want to move here, if it's possible to move. A lot of foreign things come to you here. Sometimes you will be overwhelmed. This is overwhelming foreigner. That's why I told you before, just see you have a lot of information. It's good we inform ourselves. So things will not be so overwhelming, because if we have a lot of changes and these changes are suddenly, and you are already planning this, just see you have information, read if you can. Then we have the stars, the ship, and the rovers. Also, if you go there in abroad, you will actually search what you're looking for. You will find meaning. Maybe before you lost the meaning a little bit, and if you change a job, you will find your meaning again. If you do investments, as we saw earlier, the investments will be very lucrative, especially with the clovers here. It's possible also that you are willing, because the clovers sometimes are like gamble. So it's possible that part of our decision is based on a calculated guess. This is possible also, but as I said, watch the details. Here, people, if you come there, you will be liked there. You will feel very happy there. You will have good times there. You're in the right direction. This is the place probably where you always wanted to go, because we have the stars there. Also, you will know what you really wanted to change for a long time. The person that we mentioned before, that is going out of your life, it's possible also you miss that person sometimes, as maybe it was a close friend to you. Here then, the journey that we undertake, maybe we thought it's gonna be heavy, but in all, if we take the trip, it's gonna work out better than we thought. It's more lighter. Maybe we thought this is gonna be a heavy change, but you're gonna adjust easy. Of course, as I said, inform yourself. Here, this is a change of luck. Your luck will change. And this is a good thing, of course. This is positive, very positive. And I said here, possibly you do a calculated guess. So, or a calculated gamble. Here, Gemini, for the air group, this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed your card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are following here or before here. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. Hello, Gemini, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for the month of September 2021. Before we start, I mentioned in all groups that starting 27th of September, Mercury is going retrograde, meaning during that time, it's not a good idea to sign contracts, agreements, anything you will need to put your name under for officializing it. It's not a good idea to do so. Also, it's not a good time for buying electronics like cell phones, laptops, whatever. Housekeeping equipment like laundry machines or microwaves. Why? These are connected to warranties, and maybe a problem with the warranty pops up later on. The general idea is that our mind, the mind of all people, is working a little bit slower. And due that we have this collective problem during this period, it tends to slow things down. Things go wrong. You will see also that your train is delayed, it don't show up, your flight is canceled, your flight is delayed. These are all things that are happening with Mercury retrograde. But the most important thing is that you, if you can, you don't sign any form of contracts. However, if you are obligated to do so, or if you feel compelled to do so, it's best to double, triple check the fine print of the contract, because maybe later on you disagree with some forms of the contract or some clauses. You cannot get out of the contract anymore, and then of course the problem starts. Anyway, here we go for your card reading for the Stone group for September 2021. The first card we see here is the Mountain. The Mountain is connected to abroad. The Mountain is connected to the internet. So this could have a fairly big influence on our life now. In other cases, it also represents delays. But since we have all very positive cards around here, I think it's more connected to the internet and to places abroad. But we will see as we go. Here, the Mountain and the Stars. Here is maybe sometimes here you have a little bit doubt It's possible that you are ready for embarking on a financial adventure. It's possible that you are planning to do some business or you're doing some business. The ship represents business, things we hope for, things we long for. These are two cards that this is the wish fulfillment cards, and this card is things that we long for. And also this card fulfills wishes. So this is a very good combinations if you want to start projects, if you start something for business. These are very good laying for business, especially for abroad or the internet. You probably, some things will challenge you for in abroad, but you will go for it and you will succeed if you put your focus in it. Sometimes you will encounter some delays. This is possible here with this combination, but you will achieve success if you push through. Here also we want to reach for our dreams to the stars. You will not doubt, you will go for it. Then we have the stars and the ship itself. It's possible here also that you physically travel. This is possible here also. Maybe you travel with the purpose for doing business. If not for business or for shipping goods or whatever, or for something in abroad, this could be a vacation. This could point to a vacation. In this case, it points literally to a dream vacation, something you dreamed of that you are actually doing here. In another case, this could point to a spiritual journey that you're undergoing. Maybe it's a spiritual journey in abroad. You go to some resort, maybe in abroad, or some place for a pilgrimage in abroad. This is possible. If this is possible in some countries, this is possible. In other, maybe it's more difficult, but this is points to that. Maybe this is a night travel here, because we see the night here. The stars are the night, so it's possible that you travel at night. Maybe this is a longer travel because the ship sometimes is slow. This is traveling over the water, over the oceans, so this is a longer journey here. If you do business online, it's also very successful for doing business online, this combination. Here also, if you have moments of silence and you are also the spiritual type, this could mean like a spiritual quality you are discovering of silence, of deep silence here. There's a quality in the silence. You may discover this during this period. Then we have the stars and the ship in itself. You travel in search for a meaning. It's possible also that excuse me, that you ask some people, financial advisors, for advice. These people might be foreign. If the business is in abroad, it's logical that you ask for advisors in abroad. Maybe these are advisors connected to the internet. You start some business on the internet. Some people you ask for advice. This is possible here also. It's possible also during the time, if you go into this adventure, that you will be well known there, a positive well knowing. The people will know you there in a positive way. Also, you have itchy feet to go there. You have itchy feet to go there. Also, you have the belief that this will be better for you. And probably it will be. This journey or this business online will be better for you. It will be. You will embark to the adventure for making your dream come true. You will go for your dreams, and you will keep connected also with what you want. Then we have the lily, the key, and the snake. The lily and the snake, the lily points to an older card. It points also to our course of life. So if you have hoped, wished, like we saw here, that this dream comes true, it will come true. Why? Because we have the key here. Here you have the wish fulfillment card, and here you have the key. And the key opens all doors. So the key is a very good card for starting new projects. It's literally like the key is given in your hands here. So also here with this combination, this could point to somebody who helps you, somebody older who helps you to open the doors, some mentor, some person guides you, advises you. This is possible here. There's like a synchronicity working here. Things are falling in place all at the same time. So you meet this person is connected to abroad, and everything falls into place just at the right time, at the right moment. This is what we see here with this combination. This person has experience, this person has wisdom in the things that you want to do. Also, you will have a feeling of peace. You will not feel too stressed with all these changes. This will go all very good. This is the key for peace also. It's possible that this person, as we saw here, is older, that it helps you, but still, if this person is older, this person is still very focused. This person is because the snake gives us focus. The snake knows exactly what it wants. She's smart, she's intelligent, she waits till the right moment for doing business, and if it's her time, she strikes. The snake is a very smart, intelligent card for doing business. The snake will tell you that it's exactly the right time when you need to start this business. You need to inform yourself that you have all the information, and if you have, you will just come in time with your product, with your travel, with your business. Especially also if you have the help here of somebody who's educated, who is wise in that field. This is possible also. In another perspective, if we see this on the relationship front, it's possible that you would be connected to an older person, and maybe an older lady, because we assume this is the man here. It's possible here that you're involved with an older lady. This older lady may be connected to business already, and you could have a relationship with this older lady. But this is a neutral card, so it can go both ways. So don't focus on the man here, because this is actually a neutral card. So since we have a general laying, we need to do keep a broad perspective. So anyway, this points to an older lover that we could be connected to. Also, if we have a relationship, this would mean like a love relationship. Also, we would have a love relationship, actually a sexual relationship with an older person. If the person is not older in age, he would be more matured. He or she would be more matured. However, we have the snake here, and the snake always points to triangles. So it means possibly that one of both parties is involved with another relationship. So with the snake, it's always triangle. So also for business, we need to be careful. We need to be careful if we make contracts, if we make agreements, we need to be careful for our competitors, because the snakes tells us here, the card warns us that it's possible that there is more than one fish in the sea. And as you know, there are many fish in the sea. But here in this combination, we need to be careful for the competition specifically. What you need to do here, what this card tells you, is you need to keep your focus. You need to keep your concentrated on your goal, and you need to see that you have all the facts, all the documents, because we have the documents here also. You need to see you have all the documents before you go in action. You need to go wait till the right moment, till it's your time. But this older person is an important key for unlocking the doors where you want to go. There's an understanding here also with this person, not only sexual, but also a mental understanding for helping you on your way. It's possible also you yourself, you receive, there's a help for your family. The family supports you mentally for your project. This is possible here also with this. There's a certain harmony here. Then we have the key and the snake itself. Also, if you go in this project, it will not only be business, but also there will be an important form of freedom that you discover. There will be a form of freedom here engaged here. You need to be careful, as I said here, this comes back here. You need to be careful here with your competition. If you discover something out of the competition, you cannot wait. You need to act and react. If something comes up regarding your business and you get to know, you need to put immediately things and actions for protecting yourself. This is what it says here. Since you have the key, it will be very easy to open and close doors. This is what we see here also. In the area then of the sexuality, it's possible here that we have an important experience with this person. It's possible that this person learns us some things in sexuality. This is what we see here also. Then we have the man, the garden, and the letter. This is a neutral card, so this could be a man and a woman. We just do it general. This is a person who likes to be free. He likes to be in public. He likes to have a lot of communication. As we know, Gemini likes to be free. Gemini is a sign of the mind. Gemini don't like too much, like that they are locked up there. It's a free sign. They like to be free in their mind. They like to talk. They like to communicate. So this is what we see here, the freedom of Gemini, the freedom to communicate, the freedom to talk with everybody. This is what we see here with this combination. This is this person talks a lot. He talks to his community. He has a lot of contacts in, a lot of social contacts here. He wants to be free. He wants to be in public, this person. He plays all the social networks for the business, if that is possible. It's possible also that a lot of, if you're a woman, a lot of women will be connected to you. And if you're a man, a lot of men will be connected to you. So depending on your gender here. You will meet a lot of people here also. It's possible also that some people try to engage in your privacy. So be careful if you put things on social media. Maybe some people try to get to know things for you that you rather keep for yourself. So be careful here with this one. Maybe somebody try to get information from you. Also with this combination, sometimes it could be, but I don't see any dangerous card here except for the snake. That then would mean then for that is here that we could have with the that somebody is publicly checking us here. So we need to be careful here with our cell phones, laptops, and things like that, that we don't, but that we keep our passwords and things safe, so we are not checked, or that we are literally checked. This is possible also with this combination. Also, you will ask people around you for their opinion, what they think about it, but it's best with the snake not to reveal everything. You can ask for opinions, but don't reveal everything regarding your business. You can ask for information, but be careful what you ask. That you don't encourage the competition, as they say. Here we have then the garden and the letter itself. This means there's a lot of public communication. Also, the communication could be a little bit more official, because this is actually a document that has value. This is like a degree, a deed, a bond, something that represents money. So it's possible that you do something in public, or you exchange something in public, or you exchange something in abroad that actually has a money value. So there's a lot of things possible there. So you will know what applies on you here. These are public documents. If you travel, this could also mean a ticket for travel. If it's not a travel ticket, it's some place where you need a ticket to go, but this ticket, it's quite expensive, as I would say. It's a public ticket, but it would be quite expensive then. Things will be clear. They will give you clearance. Maybe this is an exclusive event for the, depending on your gender, exclusively for men, exclusively for women, where you are invited. Then we have the mountain, the lily, and the person card. The mountain and the lily, sometimes here we can see that we are thinking, because it's above us, we are thinking about certain virtues in our lives. It's possible also that things go a little bit slower as we anticipated. Maybe you want to move things fast, but it's possible that we encounter some delays here, not dramatic because we have a lot of good cards for making things on the move here, but we need to stay focused. Here, things maybe if we are a matured age already, we would take things a little bit more slower, maybe because of our age. Some people who are older still do business or want to do some business, and that could make that it makes you physically a little bit slower. But Gemini is very flexible, so I am thinking here this could be a relative. Then here, we saw the delays here already. It's possible that you wait on some form of communication or some message that you need to receive, maybe by the internet, maybe from abroad, and this message comes slower than expect. This is possible with this combination. But actually, since the lily is a smarter card, a wiser card, an older card, a protective card, it's possible that this is for your own good. So if you have experienced some delay, it's actually more a support, a protection that appears for you in a different way. So it's not actually a bad thing, this. So if you have some delays, this is not a bad thing. In another way, if you have a relationship with this person, it's possible, we saw here already, there are 3 persons involved, that some form of intimacies are interrupted between the parties. There's not so much intimacy here. Some forms of the intimacy could be blocked. It's possible that one of the partners is in the 30s and the other partner is in the 60s. If not so, the person is more mature, more wiser. This is possible also. This is a person that is straightforward. Also, you need to take your time here to process things, to register things. Here, this tells you if there is delays, you need to be patient. The mountain is like this. The mountain is, we cannot go over the mountain. So we can only go slowly climbing it. But sometimes if we climb the mountain before we reach the top, it's the same as if we wait. So sometimes it's better to be wise and to wait it out. That's why this card is here. So that we will hear, this is like a master who teaches us something. We have a good master here. Again, we see the mastership here, person who wants to learn. This probably the person who teaches you here had some hard lessons in his life. So that's why he's wiser. Here we could say, if there is a delay, the delay can only be, as I said, can be overcome by waiting or going around. There's no way around here. But it's a good thing, it's a productive thing here for you. If you are the creative type, your creativity could go a little bit slower. You could still be creative, but it could already be a little bit slower. Also here, we could see that we are a little bit stubborn. We are a little bit stubborn to achieve our goals. If there is a problem, it's possible that if there are people connected to a problem, that nobody wants to recognize the problem. It's like the elephant in the room here. So this we could see here also, or we don't want to see the problem here that is there. Then we have the lily and the person card. Here we can see like this person is like a father figure to us. He helps us. He's experienced. He's righteous. There are some restrictions maybe in one of both persons' mobility. This could be possible also because we have the mountain there also. Maybe this person is like, this could be also artistic. If he is an artist, he could do something to have to do with hard materials or even with stones, with hard, heavy materials here. This is what we see here. But in a way, this person is also peaceful because of his experience. Then we have the second line, the stars, the key, and the garden. This is a very good combination. Here it will become clear to you which way you go. The key will be offered to you to make your dreams come true, and probably these dreams have to do, or your wishes have to do, with a lot of being in public. Gemini likes to be in public, so this is connected to, like, literally the doors in public will go open. It's easy normally for Gemini to communicate, but here literally the doors go open. You have you knock and the door is already open. This is what we see here. This is very good for winning situations, for profit making. You have literally the key in your hand. You just need to knock and you're already in. This is yes. The situation is yes. No need to be fear here. If you are a spiritual type of person, and you are, for instance, in meditation, let us assume that, this could point also to something in meditation, like you come in you have access to a higher form of meditation here. This is like a form of we go in a higher step of our meditation. If you're in yoga, a higher step of yoga. If you're in meditation, a higher step of meditation. This is what it points to here. Also, it will bring you relief, this meditation, if you are into that. People will expect you. You will be open-minded. Your heart is open. Your heart is open for the public. Then we have the key and the garden here in itself. Some things you didn't know maybe before. That's why I tell you to check all the information. Something will be revealed to you. So that's why you need to keep calm. You need to keep calm because something will be revealed to you that is not yet clear to you. And if you have all the information, then you can execute your plan. But a lot of doors will go open here for you. You will have also, this is the key for fun. This could literally be entertainment in the night. There will be fun also. If you are still younger, there will be fun, maybe some drinks also. Some things that were hidden for you, you will discover, and you will be happy that finally the cat is out of the bag. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's like you are the one exposing something to the public, and you're happy that it's finally off your heart. This is also what we see here. You have insights. You also will see, if you're connected to some groups, you will get insights in the group dynamics, how certain groups function, maybe on the internet or in abroad. You will get insights in that, how this whole functions. Then we have the ship, the snake, and the letter. Here, with this combination, I mentioned earlier, if there is a relationship involved here, this could point to jealousy. Here, a person is jealousy. Maybe one of the both is a foreigner, and then it would point to a person, or This points to a jealous foreigner here, these two cards. Also, it could be you that desire strongly for being in abroad with a certain person here. I already mentioned it's possible you have delays. This sometimes also points that there are technical malfunctions with the vehicle. I'm not saying these are severe problems, but maybe there's a technical problem, and that's why the flight is delayed, or the flights that need to connect are delayed for certain reasons. This is what we see here also with this combination. Here also, this points to a very smart combination for business, because the snake is smart with money, smart with business. This is what we see here, and smart when we need to sign the contract. We know exactly when, because we have the right information. If you own a vehicle, it's possible that your vehicle is quite expensive. This is what we see here also. Here also with this combination, I already mentioned the internet before. We sometimes need to be careful if we go on a private trip with somebody that we are not spied on. This is possible also with this combination. So be careful if you go somewhere in public with somebody. Let's assume you're a single and you go on with a woman, but this woman don't like to be seen in public, or reversed. Be careful that you are not spied on, that no photographs for you are taken. Be careful for this, and be careful because I mentioned this earlier and it comes back here. Some delays with the traffic, the vehicle where you travel with is delayed. I said that here already. Maybe also if you come there in the beginning, you let somebody help you to, like a travel guide for getting to know more information there. This also point in some cases, because we saw here that it's possible that one of the two persons is more advanced or more mature or further in life. This can also point that one of the two partners is belonging to a higher group of the society, more like well off with money, or even a jet set. This points to that one here also, a person who already has established a certain amount of money in his life. You will need to want to discover things if you are there in abroad. The snake wants to know. Here in the beginning of, if you come there, as we saw, you will have a good teacher there, but in the beginning you could have the feeling when you are there that there is a gap between where you want to be and where you want to go. This is what is good, a feeling that you have there when you arrive there. There's also a possibility here that one of the both parties is hampering him a little bit to commit, because it would go in the way, or it would stop the progress of the other person. This is possible also with this combination. Then we have the snake and the letter here in itself. The snake and the letter is, if we receive information, the snake is very smart. Here, and also here, if we receive certain information, we need to see that information that is given to us is correct. So see if you look for information that this is correct, because sometimes this information could be vicious. It could be false information from your competition. The snake is mostly smart. If she sees the danger coming, she turns away. So here is asked for you to check all the documents, and if you suspect that some paperwork or documents are not correct, that you will turn away from them. That's why I tell you, see that you have all the information. It's always popping up here. We snake and the letter, then we go, we have the mountain, the key, and the letter. This is the key for going to abroad. This is your ticket. The communication is a little bit slow, on the slow side. Sometimes if you communicate, it will be communication with abroad. This communication is with a certain goal for achieving something. It's possible if you are waiting on a package, as I mentioned this earlier, that the package is late. It's complicated to deliver to you. In another way, so there is some documents also concerning your career. Maybe you need to bring documents concerning your career. This is what I see here also. What I forgot to mention here is that the snake can be very diplomatic. So it's important if you receive information that is not correct, and this information comes from a certain person, it's like you act mute. So you act like you don't know, you just act like nothing happening. The snake is very tactful. She's very diplomatic. She don't see inside of her. She don't give her secrets away. So this is diplomacy and tact. This will help you here. Also, if certain things need to be discussed about documents, you will not let go till you know what is going on. You will be very determined to know what is going on here. Then the mountain, the key, and we come back here. If there's a problem, you will find the exit. You'll find a solution for the problem. We already saw this here. Here, this points to finding alternatives for problems. So if a certain problem pops up, Gemini has a very creative mind. So it's possible that you get something in your head, and this is the solution for going around the problem. Because you have the snake here also. And the snake is this is the key, and this is the key for going around the problem. So it's possible if there is a delay, you can shorten the problem. If somebody offers you a solution, think wisely that this solution is also in your own advantage. Just see that you progress also. Don't give your cards away here. Find the solution here. Excuse me. Pay attention. We already saw that you need to pay attention. So you need to, the mountain sometimes asks us in some situation also, patience, to be patient. If you are a spiritual type, because we do a broad reading here, if you are a spiritual type, I want to come back here. This is like you free yourself from earthly blockages, maybe something you drag along for a long time, and you see for you now, for the moment, the material things have less value for you. You see them more like a blockage. It's like you get a message from that here. This is then for the other group of people, because there's several difficulties here. Also, it's possible that you are in abroad, but that it's in abroad and that it's a mountain area. I didn't think about that before, that it's a mountain area here. And that you feel actually quite good if you are there a little bit on your own. It could be in abroad, but it could be mountain area. It's not necessarily an exotic place, but it's possible. But it's possible that the area is a little bit colder. There are a lot of exotic places with mountain areas that are cooler. So maybe that is the area here where you get the key from. Fulfillment is in abroad here. We see that also here. Also here, with this combination, it's possible if there are some negotiations here, we act like very cold, very emotional business here. This is something also we have here in this combination. We can act very cold, no emotions. But sometimes in business negotiations, that is good. Sometimes this is a good combination. Here, these are our communication channels also. There's many communication. I need to think here about the communication here. This is like, just be careful here that also that you know your passwords well here. We'll move slowly in ahead. There's a lot of communication. The main idea of these two cards is whatever challenge that you will be meeting in abroad, you can do business, you have the key here for solving a lot of problems, sometimes late, but you will be able to solve them. Then we have the key and the letter in itself. Also, a part of the solution is that you communicate a lot, but you don't say everything. The contract or the agreement that you will make will be important. After you know all the facts, you will speak out loud. After you know all the facts, you will share information here. You will receive the yes, because the key is the yes. Once the contract is done, there will be a very open mind understanding. It could be that the negotiations are maybe a little bit cold and the business doing is a little bit cold, but once the understanding is made, there will be a willingness to accept each other's. This is what we see here also. Then we have the ship, the key, and the man. Here we are very open for traveling, for exploring. Again, the same. This is the key to exploration, the key to abroad, the key to moving. This person wants to move, he wants to go. We saw that earlier. Also, if you study additionally, more doors will go open. If you get more knowledge, more doors will go open. If you would be interested in that, or if that would be applicable on you. Then we have the key and the man on itself. It means if this is our person card, it means that we have the key to open many doors. Again, we ourselves, we have the key. We are open-minded. We talk a lot. We are feeling. We have a sense also here that we are more free. And if you do business, this will make you happy and it will make you satisfied. So Gemini, for the stone group, I think this is quite a good laying, except for some few delays, which you have the key for. But all in all, this is a good laying for this month. Maybe it's a little bit longer because we have the mountain there. So anyway, Gemini, for the stone group, this is all for this month. I hope you are happy with this card reading. If you like, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this video don't fit you at all, please check out the other videos that are following here or are before here. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you maybe next time. Bye bye for now. Thank you.